If you're interested in changing the way you think about generating offers for your consulting or professional services clients, I'd like to share with you my view of the offer design process that I've been using through a metaphor. And the metaphor is the metaphor of a tree. A tree has three parts: a root system, a trunk, branches, and leaves. And you may want to think about how you generate human-centric, meaningful, authentic offers the same way that a tree generates growth and fruits um, for the environment, in fact. So at the base, you've got the root system. The root system is, in your case, the system that you have in place to capture ideas, that inspiration that your experience brings, the connection, the relationship that you have, all of the projects that you do. That root system here is here to collect all of the thinking and start transforming it and over time honing it and organizing it and funneling it into the trunk. The trunk is really where the tree fuels and channels all of the energy. So what does this mean for you? At the bottom, you need to have things in place to capture your thinking and generate new thinking all the time. So many times I see consultants and professionals that work on and on, over and over, that never stop to really jot down their observations, or they may have them in their mind or on a few notes here and there. But if you make a concerted effort to get organized and carve out some time to reflect on your practice, you're going to grow that system. You're going to make it more refined. You're going to connect to thoughts that you would have not connected with before. Similar to a tree, trees are looking for water and nutriments in different areas of the soil. So make sure that your system also encourages you to open to new thinkings, tangential, liminal, things that are a little bit on the edge, that goes a little bit outside of your typical comfort zone, but that may create connection and valuable connection to your offer and what you bring to your clients. So go to conferences, watch talks, read books, wander around, meditate, and most importantly, capture those ideas. If you don't capture those ideas, you're not training your brain to generate more ideas. In fact, there is another layer that is spiritual, which is you're not telling your soul that you are here for that purpose. You're not telling your muse, you're not telling your angels or God or however you want to call the that layer of spirituality around you. You're not telling that those energies that you're here as an idea catcher, that you're here to welcome new thinking and deliver it through package product to other folks so that they also benefit from those ideas. So at the bottom layer here, that root system grows over time. If you look at a tree, it takes years and years and years to hone and develop that practice of adapting to the soil and the terrain that, by the way, may move. So similarly for you, your context may change. Where you get your ideas, where you generate your ideas may change. It may be through one way one year and then another way next year. If I think about my practice of idea generation and I look at over 2 decades of consulting work, it has evolved so many times through paper note-taking, using computers, meeting people, and now content generation, and on and on and on. So it's a very evolutionary process that changes shapes also based on you, based on your intensity, and based on the context that is around you. That was for the root system. I hope this metaphor helps you, and I hope you see the parallel here and the analogy with how you generate more impactful and meaningful offerings. Let's move to the middle of the tree, the trunk, and what that metaphor teaches us. So the trunk is here to funnel the energy and to support the rest and the offers. The trunk, the equivalent of the trunk for a tree is for you, for your practice and your business, the pillars. And the way you start really taking those early thoughts into more packaged, more refined, more compressed, more concise pieces. You see how the trunk is limited in diameter. It grows over the years, but it's still limited in the diameter, and the energy here is under pressure. So when you want to generate better offer, you have to start putting gentle pressure on your creative process. What does it mean for you concretely? It means that the first thing you should do when you launch a new offer is to conceptualize it and announce it and describe it through maybe a sales page or a brochure or a quick presentation deck, and commit to showing it to people and to presenting it at a certain date to a specific audience in a certain way. So that's how you put pressure, you put gentle pressure on your offer creation process. It's really through that idea that creativity is really meant and really done with constraints. There is no creativity, no good creativity without constraint. Creativity is not just total freedom. It's most importantly constraints, and accepting those constraints as the game. So I hope that the second part of my metaphor still helps you now visualize how I see the process of generating offers. Let's move to the third place. And obviously, we have arrived now at a part of the tree where we are developing. We're seeing branches, we're seeing leaves, and we're seeing fruits. So if you've observed trees are really good at adapting to their environment. It's almost like they have a way to intuitively shape the way they are going to organize their branch system and grow and develop in certain directions. I have trees around me and in my backyard, and some of them have really grown where the light is more present over the years. They've adapted to the seasons and to the growth of other trees who create more shadow to them. So your offering system should be equally adaptable. You should develop it based on your environment. The way you do this is through launching frequently and consistently new ideas. Typically in consulting, the only model, I mean, not the only, but the main model that we all use is hourly billing. We take time, we multiply by a certain billing rate, and that's how much we price, and that's also how we structure our engagement. But come on, let's be a little more creative here. There are so many ways, so many other ways you can monetize your expertise. You can build information product. You could price through fixed projects. You could even sell the value of your expertise, not tied to time, not tied to what it needs, what it requires, not tied to input, but just pricing and shaping your offers just through the outcome, right? There's a quick story here, a quick joke. Someone called an expert to fix a big machine, big expensive machine, and the expert comes in, and all she does is look around for about an hour, and then looks at one screw and tightens it, and all of a sudden the machine starts again. And the morale of the story is that's what experts do, and she charges $100,000 for this, and the client is all shocked and requires and asks for an itemized invoice, and on invoice you see 30 years of learning my craft, tightening the screw 1 minute, $10. 30 years honing my craft and learning which screw to tighten. $99,999 and dollars and whatever. So you got my point. So there are so many models, and trees do the same. They try different things, they try different branch. So in your offer, in your offering, you should see your offering as a system, because also not everybody is probably used to is used to the same model, right? Although people are interested in learning from you and being helped by you, it's not a given that they will all buy consulting. If you think about it, well, let's take my example, for instance. I have different ways, different offers. It goes from free things to paid things. That's how you can organize them. So maybe the free things are the smaller branches, and the bigger things are the branches that offer more value but are also more expensive. The paid things are more expensive. So my offer system is comprised of, I have a book, I have a free assessment, I publish on a blog quite frequently, I publish YouTube videos, I tweet. You can access my expertise through those different ways here that are free and publicly accessible. And then I offer diagnostics. I have workshops and courses and different size consulting engagements with different phases. So all of these I have learned to start and launch on a repeated, consistent, frequent basis, and always by listening to my environment, just like trees do, right? When I launched something and I saw that it didn't work out, I quickly thought, okay, well, that's failure. I'm just going to quit this. I can remember a few years ago, MetaHelm was primarily offering graphic facilitation services. But I quickly realized that for me, it didn't align with where I wanted to go. It didn't align with the vision I had for MetaHelm and for the value I wanted to create for my clients. So I decided to retire the service. I decided to shut it down as a primary offer, as a flagship and forefront offer. And I still do graphic facilitation, but maybe it's a smaller branches. It's a branch that you see less. It's still there. It's still part of of who I am, my identity, or of MetaHelm's history and identity. But I also decided to retire it just as quickly as I launched it. So agility here is really, really critical. Really, really critical. When you look at trees, they know how to adapt. They change, based on the seasons, based on the weather. They will start to grow different directions. So should your offer system. And of course, I've covered those three parts, and I'd like to make the connection between the three parts. The ideas that are really new, that are really fresh, that come to you through this growing root system that will evolve through the trunk and then go all the way to the branches, maybe little buds. They're little attempts, and so is an idea for an offer. I remember a couple of years ago, I started to realize that I needed my own online digital stage, and I launched a series of talks. At the time, they were called Strategic Narrative Underground, and I had minimally prepped for these talks, and I decided to launch them overnight. And it was just a little bud here. It was a free offer. It was very frail, very fragile, but I still persisted, and I still did 20 of those talks. You can see them on my YouTube channel. I did 20 of those talks, and it taught me so much. It gave me so much feedback. I gathered feedback from my audience. I was able to explore new ideas, new avenues, thoughts that I was like, no, did I really say that? Well, I don't regret it, but that's not exactly what I meant. So let me change that next time. So that really that feedback and that ability to adapt came to me because I launched so many different things in different directions, namely this particular offer, which was free at the time. But over time, with 20 different talks, I started to gather more crystallized thoughts and organize them. And I put together a workshop that I launched. So this became really, in the metaphor of the tree, was a fruit. It was something that was profitable, that I could sell now. It was packaged. It was recognizable. People wanted it. People wanted to buy it. They wanted to be part of this workshop. It was appealing. But that particular workshop came from weeks and months and perhaps years of thinking. It took a lot of time to distill and to get to something that I could sell now. So if you think about your offers, don't limit yourself to one model or one way to provide expertise. There are so many different ways, and I encourage you to literally branch out, branch on your own, try different things, and get organized and get structured. Get structured. That's really the most important. Get structured to be agile. I remember one of my music teachers, I always remember his quote here, is, taught me the art of extreme freedom and extreme precision, right? So in our case, it's extreme innovation and extreme structure and efficiency in creativity. I hope this helps. I hope this encourages you to see your business as this magnificent tree able to gather and harvest all of the thoughts, all of the experience, all of the intuition that you collected, all of the lessons that you learn, and slowly but surely provide them to your clients in different directions, different areas of your industry through now packaged things, packaged experiences, packaged products that they will enjoy and that will make your business successful, because now you can turn them into profitable offers, right? I hope this helps. And as always, I'd love to hear your comments and take more questions to explore this metaphor.